Alrighty. So today we're starting something brand new, something that's been quite a ways coming. I've been actually pretty excited to give this a shot. We're going to be creating a brand new perfect communism island. And so I've been pretty excited to give this a shot, and what I want is a large map. I kind of want to go through and create something perfect. Huge. Huge. You know what? This might be the island for us. I probably should have spent a bit of time going through and checking out different maps, but this one looks pretty large, honestly. Like, look at all the stuff going on. Yeah, I think this is going to be the one for us. So we'll take the 50 starting population, 200,000 starting money, so we can sort of just set everything up and get off to a smooth start. Foreign aid, of course, none. Caribbean happiness, we're going to go with strong. Political difficulty, we'll go with aggressive. Opposition, we'll go with strong. Disasters, we'll leave off. I just don't like dealing with them. Pirate difficulty, we'll leave the pirates off. We're probably going to be in the colonial era, only like the first like episode, maybe two. Probably not 2 episodes though. Win by Swiss bank money. Era tourist task. We'll just leave the victory conditions all off, and I think we are almost just about ready to start. I do want to turn on all of the DLC that I have, so I'll be right back. Alright, all the DLC that I currently have is turned on. I only have 4 DLC. I actually have 5, but I don't want to play with the Lobbyistico DLC. I think it's pretty annoying most of the time, just because corruption will like harshly decrease crime safety, and then it'll harshly decrease liberty, and I just think that's pretty annoying. So we're gonna go ahead and go with these settings, and I think we're just about ready. So let's get into it. Alrighty, and here we are. So I gave the map a quick look over real quick. Oof. And this map is pretty massive. Definitely one of the larger islands that you can play on. And so there's all sorts of really interesting stuff going on. Yeah, we have a lot of breathing room here. And so ideally, I think what I want to try and do is try and set up a humongous amount of skyscrapers and stuff, make a really cool island. So let's check in our population. We only have 9 unemployed people, so getting started, probably going to be a good idea to go through. Set up numerous plantations. We already have a corn plantation and a cattle ranch. That's a good start. We have a dock here, and so I want everyone to be well off, so we're not going to construct any... Let's have a look-sees here. We're not going to construct any taverns, because they give a poor wage, of course. Let's bump this up. Oh wait, we don't want any wages to be over 20, but we also don't want any to be under 10. And so that, for the entire playthrough, that's what we're going to be aiming for. Anything between 10 and 20. And so we can bump up the budgets here. We can leave this one. We can leave dock. The palace can stay the same. We could actually probably bring it down just a tad bit. Bump the ranches up and our plantation up. Cool. So now all of the wages should be a well-off wage, but we're also going to need child allowances. This is going to be pretty important because, of course, children will drag down a family's like overall wealth. So we want to enact child allowances as soon as possible. And yeah, I'd say we're just about ready. Cool. After playing so many of the, what's it called, some missions, I think I've gotten quite a bit better at managing like our income, and it just really like opened my eyes up to a lot of different ways that I should be setting stuff up. So another major thing is that we're actually not going to build any food buildings, like we're not going to build groceries, and we're also not going to build shopping malls ever, and that's kind of a shame. We're never going to be able to bring these onto the island. We might do like one shopping mall, maybe, not totally sure. Yeah, I think it would actually be kind of cool. The only thing is that the wage is just so low. If I do this, then we're going to have to fire anyone who ends up in the poor class and try and only have people working here who are part of like a wealthier family. I want everyone, and like a true Marxist fashion, I want everyone to be a part of the well-off class here, and so I previously created a communist island, and I really wanted to keep everyone a part of the same class, right? So I've done that with the poor class. I've also tried making islands where almost like over 90% of the island was rich, and that one was really good. That was the rich island playthrough. And so today we're going to try and make every single person well off and well off only. And so as compared to the previous communist utopia that I created, we'll have a lot more access to really cool things. Like last time we could only really build theaters, and we didn't have access to literally any of this other stuff. We could also only build like taverns. We didn't have access to restaurants, and thinking about it, honestly, restaurants would be really good because our well-off Tropicans are going to be able to use them, but furthermore, they're going to increase food happiness. So we could get a pretty high food happiness with just allowing people to eat from plantations. And then, of course, well, if we look here, the service quality is like 42, right? You get a 42 food happiness whenever you come and eat from a plantation. And that's not bad. But we can increase that further by enacting this. Increases general food quality by 10.
Aren't you tired of lithe, svelte citizens who are all skin and bones? By doubling food rations, you can make everyone happy. Well, except for the wealthy tycoons whose market economics thrive on scarcity. But everyone else will be mildly pleased at your generous gesture. Besides, it will be years before the detrimental health effects of chronic obesity will get noticed. Right?
Cool.
Am I right? I'm right.
Citizens consume 2 units of food when eating, increases general food quality, decreases capitalist standing by 10, which is actually a pretty big hit, but it increases the communist standing by 5, so pretty good. So let's go ahead and pick that up. And so now, previously it was 42, and as we can see, it's 52 now. Cool. But the big thing is that this will level up. This edict will level up, and I think it goes all the way up to either plus 15 or plus 20. I think it's plus 20, which is pretty good. And then if we come over to the World Wonders, we can find Cristo Redentor, and this is of course that really famous statue in Rio. It turns water into rum just like the real Middle Eastern man from 2,000 years ago. And visitors are allowed to consume local produce. It also improves the service quality to visitors by 15. Provides fun to visiting citizens and tourists. No wealth requirement. Cool. So, of course, this is probably going to be the only wonder that I'm going to end up building. We don't want to make the foreign countries too upset by stealing all of the world wonders, but we will definitely do this one. And so, as you can imagine, another 10 points, I think, 5 or 10, and then another 15 on top of that. It could get pretty good, and then all of the restaurants should bump that up to probably over 80. That would be a pretty good, like, hallmark to try and reach. But either way, let's go ahead and do some more considering. And what I'm thinking is, let's do, honestly, we should just make another mega plantation. They're always really, really good. And I think that is what we're going to do today. Yeah, let's just keep it real simple. So let's go ahead and relocate the corn plantation to something like out over here. Try and get a good percentage on it. Get 90 there. I'm content with that. The cattle ranch can actually probably just hang out here. But then again, we could do it here. Yeah, let's do it there. I have a new idea for the mega plantation. Let's play for just a moment. Drag this road down. Let's just drag it down all the way until we run out of space. That's okay. And we're going to want to relocate all of this stuff. So everyone's going to be well off. So we're not going to need any of this for housing. So we can go ahead and demolish that all on up. Let's actually go through, demolish up all the roads. I have new ideas for the roads. We'll keep this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you've been watching the channel, this is pretty much just like my favorite way to set up city blocks and stuff. I just think it's perfect. It perfectly tiles with 2x3s, and then you can also fit in pretty much anything else that you're trying to fit in. I need to come up with another layout for actual like industrial zones, because like I'll go through and I'll try and make an industrial zone, and a lot of the industry buildings just like don't quite fit. I didn't actually do this right. Let's relocate you to there. relocate you to here. This one to there. And that's looking pretty snazzy. And let's relocate you to here. Perfect. And with that all done, what we can do is move this construction office to here. We can move the Teamsters office to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relocate our first chapel to there. And we can drag this down to there, this to there, this up to here, then on over to there. It's looking pretty good to me. And what we can do is build a theater here, and then we can even do a newspaper. Yeah, let's do it here. Give ourselves just a little bit more breathing room. And let's go ahead and get the more hands upgrade there. Let's change the chapel to help first, preach later. Go through and check everything out. Make sure everything's tip top. Cool, cool, cool. Luxury entertainment. And yeah, let's do a couple more plantations. So I want to go through and get like one of everything that we possibly can. So I quickly want to see if there's anything that like specifically can't or like needs to go in one area. I'm content with like yellows. This area is like actually perfect for a mega plantation. So let's do this rubber plantation here. And then I think it was bananas needed to go here. Then we can do pineapples. Then we can do sugar. Then we can do cocoa. Tobacco's good over here. Coffee can go here. And then I think I put, what is it, rubber? Yes, so then all we need is one more plantation. Not rubber, cotton. Bam. So now we have the entire mega plantation set up, and with a little bit of time, it'll all be running well. And so then we want our cattle ranch here, we want to go with pasture prohibition, and we want to pick up the manure fertilizer upgrade. And so the big thing is that it's going to be interacting with these two plantations here. Really like the only spot that we can safely get it in. We could probably do the other side over here as well, thinking about it. So let's go ahead and do that. 64%, I'm not really happy with that. Yeah, we'll just leave it. It's fine. Cool, so things are looking good. Let's go to ×4 speed while we slowly eke our way towards... Let's actually quick build you, max out the budget. Actually, no. Second to highest budget. Gotta keep it below 20. And I wonder how many educated people we have. We only have a total of 6. 4 are gonna be needed for this. So let's go ahead and just hire in 4 there. 2 here. And then another 6 here. So we need to hire in 2 more. Cool. Good. So that should be all the educated people that we really need.
More, Governor, more. Always more.
An export trade route with the Crown. A pirate cove. We'll go ahead and do a pirate cove. Gives a well-off wage. Content with it. Can put it in there. It is going to decrease crime safety nearby, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then all we gotta do is just go around and get people into homes. And of course, get the child allowances edicts. So let's turn on urban development and start throwing down some housing. Country houses. Let's do 2 like this. And then 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. And of course, always want to give people a front yard if we have the chance to do so. And let's throw in some parks in front of this place here. Kind of like the idea of that, and then something like that. I think that looks good. Cool. And what is really cool is going with communism, we can enact the free wheels edict, and this will let everyone drive cars, so they'll be well off. They'll have a nice house, and the island will look really good. On top of that, they'll get to drive around. So it'll be really nice. And in terms of industry, we probably want to... Oh wow, look how much they built up so quick. Let's just pause like most of this, just so we're not wasting money on it. Multiculture for all of these. Check it on population. Unemployed 17. So let's unpause you two. Cool. There we go. 11 new people showed up, which means we need one more job at least. Let's go ahead and unpause the next one then. Cool. Should be good. How are we doing on housing? Homeless families 37, so we need a lot more housing. And of course, plenty of more parks. And you know what? It might even be a good idea to set up a second construction office just to help me get through this first era without having to like quick build anything. Probably gonna be a good idea, but we will quick build this one construction office, max out the budget, get the upgrade, more hands, and that should be good. Cool, cool, cool. So with all of this stuff happening, everyone should have a house relatively soon. And plenty of other really good things.
Viva la
You always take the revolutionary immigrants, always 100% of the time. We'll leave this on under black sails. Well, nah, we'll do on dead man's chest. On a dead man's chest. Cool, cool. So let's see here. Homeless families 31, and then a big thing is this. We need this to be on the independent. We want to start moving everyone towards the revolutionary faction. And food for the people leveled up. Let's go and look at that. So it is only 15 because we get a bonus now to the food quality of only 12. And it doesn't change the standings with the two factions, which is kind of a shame. But either way, I mean 12-point bonus, definitely not bad. Make sure everything's on the multicultural work mode. Let's demolish up all of these. 16 people moved onto the island, that's kind of a lot. Ooh, every single job slot's filled. Now we just need... Let's unpause the next one, just in anticipation of more people moving in. Multiculture, make sure they're all on that work mode. Pasture prohibition, everything's perfect. Oh no. The people have a request, but for safety reason, it is a secret request. We need to build a library. Go ahead and accept that. I mean, might as well. Go ahead and build up a library. I suppose here is as good a spot as any. And I think I want to leave this spot open for high school in the future. So we'll go ahead and do that. We can extend these roads down pretty much just as far as we can build, which is going to be like that. Alright, ×1 speed. How are we doing on housing? Still have a number of homeless families. And we need to turn on child allowances. And this should mean everyone's in the well-off class. Yes, 96 people. Amazing. So let's go ahead and throw down some more country houses. And of course, just some more parks here and there, and things should be pretty good. Cool stuff. We're just gonna need to focus on making some money here in a little bit before we dip too far into, or close to, zero monies. Residential occupancy. Let's look at how much our revenue is from the rents. $4,000. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, and I forgot. What we can do is actually decrease all of the country houses down to the lowest budget. Just because in the first era you can't be voted out of office, so you might as well, you know, make as much money at the expense of your population as you can. I mean, why not? Let's see how much money we're losing every month. 28,000. Ooh, we're only losing $1,000 a month. That's pretty good.
Viva la revolution!
10 more revolutionary immigrants. That's probably why we're getting so many people moving on so quickly. But that is going to drastically increase the amount of revolutionaries we have, and we're making them pretty happy, so we could probably, what's it called, move on to the next era very, very soon. 21 propaganda successes. Very good. And we want to keep this between 10 and 20 for the wage, of course. We could do uncensored portfolio. It emits liberty. I kind of like that idea. I want to make this island like picturesque, you know? Let's go ahead and research the library. Anything else that I'm kind of thinking about? I mean, we could do penal colony. That could be kind of cool, but eh. Free housing, funhouser special, employee of the month. We're going to want this eventually, so we might as well queue it up now that we're actually making some pretty decent research points. Cool, cool, cool. Oh yes, I'm probably going to need some more Teamsters offices, so let's go ahead and queue some of these up. And I think for now, what I want to do is actually have the palace right here. Oh no. Wrong spot. Now you're wasting money. Build this on over like this. So it takes up 2 city blocks, but we can surround this with additional buildings, right? And then starting off, let's do a Teamster's office here. Probably going to need even more. Yeah, 700 goods there, 700 goods there, 1400. Yeah, we definitely need to do what we can. Let's make sure that we have plenty of vacant jobs for all the people that are going to show up pretty soon. Let's go ahead and unpause 2 more buildings. Actually, we only need to unpause 1 because we're going to have another Teamster's office. So let's go ahead and pause you back up. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We left open a little area here, and so what I'm thinking is eventually the entire population should be housed, not in houses, not in these country houses, but what I think would be pretty neat is just nothing but modern apartments. If everyone lives in modern apartments, I think we'd be pretty happy with it. Completed the library. Let's go ahead and change you to uncensored portfolio. Cool. Let's look at liberty. Not bad. Pretty high liberty score all around the island. Crime safeties pretty bad, but should be okay. In terms of the raid screen, I don't think that there's anything that we really want to go raiding for. I mean, we could raid for just some stuff to sell. But then again, maybe it'd be good to save up raid points for going to steal this in the next era. I think that'll be what we do.
Something does not feel quite right, Governor. I have a powerful desire to call you Presidente.
Cool. Have a percentage of the population supporting the revolutionaries. Just a little bit more time. Let's look at things. 58 to 37. Cool, cool, cool. Shouldn't take too much longer. Like 1 more revolutionary demand and we'll be there. We didn't get any like really good ones. And I probably should have quick built this pirate cove. Got that done, and the library, just to get them done a bit quicker. Wants to build a new chapel. A-okay with me. Let's do one over here. And let's quick build it.
Our revolution is
Another 10 revolutionary immigrants. As soon as the ship shows up. Quickly map that out. 68 to 36. I would say that's over... What's it called? Yeah, we're at 57% now. I think that this is going to allow us to move on to the next era. Times 4 speed, like 3 months late. Not bad. 57. Don't tell me it's 59. Oh, look at that. Perfect. We made it.
The people of Tropico love you.
Just spend the 15k, get there right now.
Excellent. I knew you had a...
My heart swells with joy as I greet my fearless leader for the first time as El Presidente.
Canal Uno, the voice of Tropico says... Hola.
All citizens vote. We'll go with pacifist state. I don't think that we're going to be declaring war or anything like that in the future. Let's go ahead and bump the budget up to the max, help first, preach later, and we need to start focusing on making some money, so let's set up some industry. And getting that started off, actually, you know what? Yeah, no, we need to make money, 100%. So let's open up a tannery. I kind of want to make like a new industrial zone, just to sort of get things moving in the right direction. Yes. Let's go ahead and move this over to here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I want like a new design. What if we just double up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What if we just do bigger blocks like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I do that right? No, I did not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if we do something like that? That might be good. I mean, we'll give it a shot. Let's see what we think about it after our first major attempt at it. Oh yeah, I forgot to check for any mineable resources. Always a good idea to check this out first, just in case, you know, you like pave over it. And it looks like we have some coal out here, so let's go ahead and set up a double coal mine. On over in the industrial zone. Ooh, look at that. It fits perfectly in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can we move these back literally 2 spaces? That would make me pretty happy. Mine. Ah, yes we can. Perfectly tiled on in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I think this is as big as we're going to make our industrial zone for the time being. Industrial zone's literally just the same layout, just, you know, blocks that are twice as large, and that gives us lots of breathing room for setting up all of our very large industrial buildings. Cool, cool, cool. And in terms of industry, probably going to be a good idea to start out with a tannery. 1 tannery I think would be good. Let's do this here, and then I want to do a rum distillery here, and I even want to do a lumber mill. Here, and then we should do a cannery in this little spot there. Cool. So we're gonna need some more stuff, right? Of course we are. And what I want to do is let's unpause all of these, and then let's actually, well, you know what? Do we have access to? We do have access to industrialization. Let's cancel all of this, and we'll do industrialization. Save us a bit of money there. Or maybe, you know what? It'd probably be even a good idea to just wait a little bit of time. And of course, multicultural and all of that. And we can start picking up some upgrades on different stuff if anything has access to it. Pineapples, rubber, banana. Selective breeding on the corn plantation, and I guess on the banana plantation we can get small parcel growth. That seems fine. Cool, cool, cool. How are we doing in terms of housing? What we can do is simply unlock the house and start upgrading many of these houses to actual full-on houses. And as long as I believe urban development is still active, which it should be, yes, we should not be spending as much money on that. Building up a couple of homes. Let's go ahead and open up the research. Let's do employee of the month. Let's also do free wheels, and we also want to do, I think that's it for now. just for the time being. We can even change these to traditional sermon, and then we can build in some clinics. I think that'll be fine. You know what we could even do? What if we have like a main road, sort of? And then behind that is like city blocks. That didn't make any sense. I'm just like visualizing how I want this to be. Just because this is like a sandbox and I do plan on making it look a lot better and taking my time with it, I'd rather have like some ideas laid out before I just go through and
Canal Uno.
build
More than just El
willy-nilly.
Presidente's favorite radio station. What does that say? Love. We love El Presidente with all our hearts.
So like we want a parking deck here. And so what I want to do is like have this serve as like the main road, right? And we'll build like a bunch of like important things on the main road. And then what we can do is behind like, let's see. Like this clinic is a 1x3, right? So the 1x3 all along the road we'll use for like businesses and the clinics and entertainment buildings, churches, all that sort of thing, right? And they'll be connected straight up to this main road here, consuming like this seven like square area all the way down, all the way through. And then maybe at like a certain junction, like a square, we'll do like something a bit more intricate. Maybe even take up like an entire like 2 city blocks and put like a square in the middle. Just make it look really, really nice. And I think that we'll actually do that here. Yeah, that'd probably be pretty good. So I'm just like thinking of all of this. And then behind these squares connected to the main road, we'll put a lot of housing. And I think that'll look pretty nice. So in doing all of that, I think I do want to make this the main area. So let's go ahead and relocate you. Yeah, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Didn't need to count that one out, actually. Let's relocate the palace. It's kind of in my way momentarily. I have other plans here. And then let's relocate this Teamster's office just to somewhere out of the way. Cool. And so, everything in this area, this entire square, I want to make like just a huge park, and we'll build maybe like a couple of like smaller things, but I just want to see like a huge square where people are just like walking around. Mainly, I think that'll be pretty neat. So what we can even do is like relocate some of the things like a newspaper on over here, I would say. Just want to make sure that this reaches everyone, which it doesn't. So maybe we do this one here. Or here. Yes, this seems like the most optimal spot for that. Construction office, we can move this over into the industrial area, I think. We just unlocked Employee of the Month, so let's go ahead and turn that on. Well, we'll wait until we have free wheels turned on. This square here. Teamster's offices probably can all go into the industrial zone as well. I'd say like 3 in a row would probably be alright. And then let's do a road connected to there just to help move goods around just a little bit faster. Cool, and so we're eventually going to have to demolish all of this housing anyways, but instead of doing that, what I do want to do is simply relocate it to where these older neighborhoods are. Be a bit cheaper that way. Which way are you facing? You know what? Right here I think would be a good spot to actually put these two houses. I just want this to be like the best island that I've ever made, honestly. Take my time with it, get everything set up literally perfect. And yeah, we're gonna need to really start making some money soon.
These thieves, they are stealing from right under our noses.
We don't have anything in warehouses anyways. Not much of an issue. The chapels, we should demolish them and build up some actual, what's it called, churches. Let's go and do that now, honestly. Churches are going to be just a lot better. I'm thinking one church like this, actually in this square, would be good. And then we can do a clinic, perhaps here. Let's do it there. Cool. Think I'm happy with all of that. Demolish you. All of these houses. And then go ahead and relocate all of this. So now it's starting to visually make a lot more sense, right? Like all of this empty area here is going to be a part of just various like business buildings and stuff all the way down until we reach this main junction, which of course is going to be a humongous square just filled in with parks and looking very good. All the spells, and already we're getting a service quality of 60 from churches. That's pretty good. And then the clinic, we should get a pretty decent service quality from this as well. Nothing too crazy, nothing too terrible either. Decrease the wage by 1 and we get a service quality of 54, not bad. With this upgrade, 64. So 60 and 60, pretty decent. As for houses, we can bring them down one step and that gives us a service quality of 58 from the housing, and we're making pretty decent money off of each house. All making me rather quite happy, and now let's start focusing, well, no, like I said, money, money, money. I think it's just about time for industrialization. How's our population doing? Lots of unemployed people. Not too many, actually. Lots of homeless families, though. We need to start figuring that out. Probably want to make a neighborhood throughout here. Definitely be a good move. More entertainment buildings. We could build like a cabaret. We can build the restaurants now. That's cool. So let's go ahead and do that. I was thinking just one restaurant could be sort of like in the park here. And then let's go ahead and do, I'm thinking one cabaret here. I think that'd be a good spot. Cool. So that's plenty of entertainment and stuff. So before we get too broke though, I do want to make sure that our industry buildings are all taken care of. Let's go ahead and set up some logging camps. They can give a decent wage, which is totally fine. Build one here, one there, and then one here. And we can even do another one somewhere. So this one out here for now. Road it all up. Kind of thinking something like this. Oops. And then something like that. Perfect. Should be good. So now we have plenty of wood for a lumber mill. And what else are we going to want? We have, I want to do a tannery. So what we should do is set up like a little zone for a bunch of cattle ranches. Let's find a good spot for that. On out here, this is a perfect spot for it. So let's go ahead and just do 4 cattle ranches in a row right here. Perfect. Amazing stuff. So there is hides taken care of.
Making stuff is good, isn't it? That's why they call them...
I do want to start. There's an achievement for what's it called? Getting like I think 50,000 Swiss bank money
Presidente!
without taking any of the brokers like deals, and I think that's something that I do want to do. Cool, cool, cool. Lots of stuff should get built up fairly quickly. We're gonna need the population to start swelling, and then we'll just need to build plenty of housing for everyone to enjoy. So, getting things started. Already I can tell that we're gonna want a house here. And then it'd probably be a good idea to build up like some cool neighborhoods around here. Just because we're gonna have a lot of people that live out in this direction. And then let's actually extend this all the way down like that. Here to there. Here, here, here. Perfect. Ooh, this actually like perfectly lines up. That's kind of funny. Extend you out to here. You out to here. You to there. Here to there. Here to here. Here to there. And that's all looking pretty good. Yes. Okay. Vacant jobs. Still have a number of vacant jobs. That's fine. Let's actually go through and try and upgrade a couple more of these country houses. How much is it to just modernize all of them? $5,000. Let's do it. Should give us a lot of... Yeah, 22. I mean, not amazing, but definitely not bad. Here we can bump up the budget to the max. Leaving the church, leaving the theater. The restaurant can be bumped up to the max. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we have a lot of goods that need to be shoved out. We definitely want free wheels relatively soon. It's going to allow all these like wood choppers and all these miners to get out here very, very quickly. It's also going to let people get to the industrial buildings quicker. And all of that jazz. So now we have
I don't know about you, President. Some say that.
Now we have the hide set up, right? And we have wood. So that's 2 industry buildings taken care of. We're going to want sugar. But for sugar, I kind of have a different plan. What I want to do is a slightly different variation. We need to find a good spot for it, which I'm content with this area here. Yeah, this is perfect. We don't want the plantations to be too close to these industry buildings, so I think we'll actually move it on out this way. Yeah, this is literally the perfect spot for it. So let's do this, this, and that's, and then one more cattle ranch here. Drag you on out this way, then up to here, and this is literally the perfect setup for it all. And what we're gonna need is 2 manure spreaders, one here, one there. Quick build this one and change this one to concentrated spray. Bump up the budgets to the max. Can do the same thing for all of these. The logging camps can go up to the max. And then, how much is it for industrialization? 10,000. Let's go ahead and get that now. And with that, what we can do is set up a lumber mill. Try and find like a decent spot for it. Can do 1 lumber mill there. The tannery we can set up here. And then a rum distillery. Try and find somewhere that I think it would fit. We can do a bit of redistribution later on. Still need more homes, and then we're going to need a lot of people to move in pretty quickly. Do we have access to... We do have access to an immigration office. Let's set this up. Try and get the population to swell very quickly. And just for now, I will throw this down pretty much just anywhere. But later on, we're going to want this in a really good spot. So let's do this. I suppose here's as good a spot as any. Maybe right next to the dock, honestly. You can tell which way is the front. The big part to the left. So that's the front of it. Kind of like that. And let's just throw in some real cool parks here. I think that looks fine. Let's put this on a higher priority, get that done first. 200 times 4 speed. All of my planning is done. Almost. Let's spend all of our money on just like houses until we run out of money, I would say. Do 2 here. Then we can probably build like a little neighborhood out here. That was my phone in the background, hopefully not too loud. And hopefully we did that with urban development still active. We did. Employee of the month and free wheels we can turn on for free, so that's really quite good. Oh, we needed more Teamsters offices. Well, let's build one now then. What I wanted was 3 in a row here. And then probably a good idea to build one just like over here somewhere. I guess here and then maybe here would be a good spot. Try and get plenty of Teamsters offices. Always going to be helpful.
This is Canal Uno business news. The palace confirmed today that the perpetrators of the recent consumer goods and food thefts have been caught red-handed. Red, presumably, after burning them on hot property.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So, again, always just try and keep the wages between 10 and 20. No one's unemployed. So that means that... Oof, why are people... Oh, the mine workers. Bump that up to the max. A ranch worker. Cool. Now everyone's back into the well-off class. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. These can go into pasture prohibition. Pretty much all of our ranches are going to be in pasture prohibition. Make sure these are up. And then these sugar plantations out here are going to be on monoculture specifically. So they're getting like 106. Pretty good. And then this one can be changed pasture prohibition. And we can get the manure fertilizer upgrade. Giving bonuses to these 2 sugar plantations here. And so now we should have all of the goods that we could possibly ever need for a lumber mill, for our tannery, as well as for our rum distillery. Amazing stuff. Tannery, We'll see how this does after a little bit of time. And so now let's actually start focusing on moving on to the next era.
It is a great day for our comrades. We
Take $5,000. Now lots of people should be moving in. Yeah, look at that. 20 new people moved in. Kind of crazy. Lots of vacant jobs. And with any money that we're making, we should just spend it all on housing for the foreseeable future. So let's go ahead and finish up this entire neighborhood here. Then same thing here. Until we run out of money. Cool, cool, cool. Amazing stuff. And I don't really want to focus on like trade until we make it to further eras. I think it'll be a lot more useful then. Church is doing fine. Did we ever unlock? Oh, free wheels is getting close. Cool. Oh, you know what? And we need to actually research the newspaper. Let's do that first. And then do free wheels. And what we can do is actually the newspaper. We can change this to Red Star. Start pushing everyone towards the communist faction. We can even drag down the wages a bit. Save a little bit of money there. Cool. Cool stuff. $12,000, but that should go up with time. As we start to move goods around, start producing more expensive things. And I think for the time being, what I do actually want to do is change this to approved portfolio. Just start getting more research points quicker. Instead of a little tiny liberty bonus. Industrialization has ended, but that's fine because we got what we wanted out of it. Decrease the housing budgets across the board, save us a little bit of money. Urban development finally ended. And how are we doing on housing? Vacant jobs, homeless families. Urban development's ended, so let's actually wait a little bit of time before we move on to the next part. But it would probably be a good idea to at least unlock the commando garrison as well as the embassy. Cool. Eesh, that's not good. You never want shacks piling up next to your cultural buildings. Going through and demolish all of those. Wealth, 305, well-off Tropicans. Amazing stuff, man. Immigration office is actually quite helpful for this as well. And then we need to set up... Ooh, Free Wheels is active. Or it's ready. So, now, this is where things are going to get kicked up into second gear. So, now we have Free Wheels and Employee of the Month. So now, we're probably going to lose money for a little bit of time, right?
Remember, Tropico could be invaded at any time. Keep your survival kit on hand. In the event of panic, breathe into the paper bag.
Just because we are... What's it called? All these people... Well, all the mining people and then everyone in industry buildings are going to work double shifts, right? On top of that, every single person doesn't have to walk anymore. Don't have to walk. Do not have to walk. I can't speak. So that's really, really good for us. And let's actually unlock parking decks and let's build one here. That even leaves us a little bit of room for a house out back. Alrighty. And I think we're going to play in ×4 speed for just a little bit here. And at least see the fruits of our labor come to life. And once that's done, we'll go ahead and end today's episode, sadly. Now, the person working in the parking deck, we're going to want to keep firing them until they are someone who is well off. Someone who makes enough money, right? So this guy's poor. We have to fire him. In other words, you know, someone's going to be in a lower class than everyone, which we do not want. 20,000 coming in, pretty good. Someone who's poor, just keep on firing them. Maybe I just leave it for now. Like one person, poor. Oh, a well-off person. That's what we wanted to see. So hopefully that guy sticks around long enough and doesn't change his mind. 16,000 going out. Let's actually bump up all of the Teamsters offices just a small bit. Get more than 800 goods moved at a time. Hopefully they can catch up. And now we can see everyone is driving cars around. That is really quite exciting. And we're going to need another newspaper, probably right around here on the red star upgrade or work mode. 31,000 coming in. Amazing stuff, making lots of money. And with all of this money, let's actually start moving towards the next era. We're going to need commando garrison. Quite an expensive building. We just build it away from the population so that it's not dragging down the liberty. There's that, and an embassy. And I'm thinking I kind of want the embassy like linked to our center square here. So I think we'll put it here. Cool. And that means that we should be able to move pretty quickly on to the next era. All we need to do is some trade with... someone commented actually on the guide that I made like a little over a year ago. And it was a recent comment, and they said that the... what's it called? Final... like trying to move through this era, you have one of two options, like one of two like final little mission objectives, and one of them is you either need to wait, I think it's 10 years, or you can complete 4 trade routes. And I always thought it was random between the two superpowers, but they said that it depends on which superpower you end up befriending, and if that's true, that's actually super huge, right? Like that's tremendous. And it also means that we can simply make the, what's it called, allies happy with us. They're the ones that want the 4 trade routes. We can make the allies happy with us, and we can move through this era super duper quick, way quicker than I ever really realized. I think that's where we'll end today's episode.
Remember, loose lips might sink ships, so tighten your lips with a Tropican-made spanner. You won't regret it.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and support the allies, and the more that the edicts level up Employee of the Month and Free Wheels, the cheaper that they're going to be, so good to turn them on early and just kind of, you know, just deal with not having a whole lot of money for a little bit, and eventually, you know, you'll be in a good spot. So with that, what we can do is open up a cocoa trade. Yeah, anything import-wise towards the allies, as long as it makes them happy. Milk, we can sign that as well. Let's go ahead and do that one. And then maybe like one export to them for something that we're producing. Well, we don't really have anything too much. And we can't praise them. We don't have enough money to praise them. But if we can just do one deal for like 7 points, 8 points, yeah, that's good enough. I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And that means that we should be able to request
Everyone
an
has to
alliance.
do their bit for the war effort,
Have a commando garrison and sabotage the axes a total of 4 times. Easy peasy. Let's bump up the wages just a little bit there for now. And sabotage the axis. And then we can start the heist once we're finished with that. Amazing stuff. So let's go ahead and try and quickly make it to that point. Well, no, I think we'll go ahead and end today's episode here. Made some pretty good progress. We're getting the layout for how I want things to turn out. Let's actually do like a little end of episode planning here. So as we can see, the industrial zone's over here. And then we have like a center square right around here. This square is going to be the main like artery. We'll eventually replace all of these plantations with the modern versions. And then this entire area, I want it to be pretty much just like, what's it called? Ginormous city with nothing but skyscrapers. We'll probably move the production buildings like out of the main area. Maybe we'll have like a bunch of mines surrounding this area here, because we do have a lot of resources out in that direction, out towards this like mountain here. Yep, lots and lots of mineable resources, so we'll try and definitely grab all of these, and just need to keep that in the back of my mind as I'm building this up. So then, you know, the main street, as we can already see, is sort of turning out how I want it to be. So it'll go and then it'll connect up to this main square, and then from the main square we'll build out in this direction with another main road, and then another main road all the way down through here. Once these plantations are gone, we'll just build up a bunch of entertainment buildings and all that jazz, and then at some point it'll turn 90 degrees right, come out in this direction as well, reaching way out over here. Maybe we'll build up some tourism out here. All sorts of really interesting stuff can happen, and then yeah, things will be looking really, really good. And our industrial zone, of course, is going to be probably just these 4 blocks, and if we need more industrial zone, then we'll move on to another area and we'll build up another huge city here, another one here, another one here, maybe like some city stuff going on over here, another city here, connect everything up with bridges, build up all sorts of really, really cool stuff, and along the way everything will be communism, and we'll just be making lots and lots of money. It would be really nice to try and make like just a couple $1,000,000. I'd be happy with that. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to follow along with the rest of the Tropico 6 Perfect Communism playthrough, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.